oh, that's right. Jamie has to record the meeting, so I should have asked her to start that already. So we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. And could we have a roll call, please?
Patty Metzger. Busher, no. Van Leeds. Or Adam Flack. Stacy Parr or Jill Michael. Nancy is here. Pat Click. Laurie Jennings.
Here.
Amy Delaney.
Here.
Chris Stroll.
Here.
Connie Waldrop. That hurts.
Carol's here.
Carol, man. As far as quorum purposes, we don't have a quorum. I can get Pat on here for, what do we have to, I'm not sure there's a whole lot to
There's
approve.
only, the meeting notes need to be approved. Could we move that down and do the updates and partner reports and hold off on the approval of the meeting minutes and see if we have anyone else that joins?
Absolutely, yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because I got two other people that said they were gonna be here, so.
This is Sue Castleman. I'm just on for BCMW Community Services. One of our counties is in area 23.
Yes, we got you on, Sue, we got you on here.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, we just, I just named off the people that are officially on this committee, and that's just by our bylaws. So we don't have everybody officially on the committee because it messes with our quorum numbers. So but
Okay.
we still want you to show up and be a part of the committee and give your input.
Okay.
So we will skip agenda item number 2, review and approval of the March 15th, 2021 meeting minutes. We're going to move that down to following partner reports, hoping that we have a quorum. Number 3, conflict of interest disclosure. Is there anyone that feels they have a conflict of interest today? Seeing none and hearing none, we'll move on to reports. Business service team update report. Jamie, would you fill us in on the business service team today, please?
Sure. The business service team has met monthly for the last 3 months. Freddie Buckingham from IDES is the lead of that team. So far, we have just kind of been getting back on track, getting together, presenting what each agency does. So we're familiar with each other. We have officially approved a business service team brochure that does include contact information from all of the groups that are within that team. So that's a good step in the right direction as far as action goes. We do have plans to coordinate another sector roundtable discussion back January of 2020. I believe there was, this is before my time, there was a roundtable for healthcare, and there was really good information that came out of it. So we want to look at replicating that again for a different sector this time, and that's on the agenda for next month.
Thanks
Any
for the
questions?
update. Any questions for Jamie? Seeing none, we'll move on to referrals. Tony, can you update us on referrals?
Yes. Says we have 9.
Notifications of people.
I see 9 participants and we've only got 4 as a quorum, so I guess we'll make 5. Anyway, on the regarding referrals, I sent out the email a couple times asking for referrals. We've not been very good at getting the numbers to me. Unfortunately, there's no consequence for it, but if we want to work together, we're gonna have to learn to communicate a little bit better. So it's in saying that, please keep track of your referrals from agency to agency. We just need numbers right now, but it's been the talk of the state for the last good 5-7 years that we want to be able to track people and do follow-up services with them after that referral's been made. Right now, we're not there, but that's where it's going. So we might as well get in the habit of keeping track of your referrals, at least numbers. I only ask for them once a quarter, and it's for the previous quarter that we just got out of, so. And I keep a running total, so at the end of the year, DCO ever came in and said, hey, how many referrals did you guys have agency to agency? We could pull it out and say, here you go. I mean, it's fairly simple, if you guys would just do it, I guess. I can't say it any nicer. I think it's something we're gonna have to do in the future, so we might as well get used to doing. So if you do have referrals, please get them to me. And it was for the time period January through March.
Tony, thanks for the update. Any questions for Tony? I will agree, some of the information that I'm seeing that's coming down from the state with some possible changes under WIOA, I think referrals are going to become bigger and more important all the time, tracking those referrals. Tony, can you give us an update on the MOU billings?
Really quick, just to let you all know, it's nothing big. As far as the billing that Lakeland has sent out, everyone has paid except for IDES. Is that correct? But last year they didn't end up paying until after July, so that's not that big of a deal. Going forward, I'm going to kind of jump down to the budget too, Chris, just to put it all into one big blob of information. But going forward, for PY21, we are not sure if the one stop is going to open or when. We know it's going to open sometime, but we don't know when. So as far as the billings go, we really haven't had a discussion with Seths if they're going to end up hiring somebody to bill out those service delivery costs. But we can be sure that DES is going to be billing out the infrastructure costs like they did this year when we were closed. But one good thing, we're going to have security at the one stop, and that will not be included. And that's a good chunk of change. DES is going to eat that one. So thank goodness for them. We are going to continue billing for D&O insurance. So watch for that coming, but that will come in next November. And if you all were on the negotiation team, we know that the budget has been passed for next year. I think it was less than what it was this year, if I'm not mistaken. So, that being said, I think if everything with the MOU and the MOU billings and the reconciliation, everything has been completed. It's due to the state by the end of this month. We're waiting on a couple signatures from, I think, DHS and then IDES. And then everything will be done for another year, and we won't have to talk about it until about December or so. That's all I got really about that, Chris. If anybody has any questions, if I confused everybody.
Yes, I was muted when I started talking. Any questions for Tony on it? Current year MOU billing or PY21 MOU budget? Seeing none, we'll move on to the one-stop operator report. Laurie, could you update us on one stop?
Okay, the One Stop Operator Committee, we met last Thursday. Everyone in attendance, we all provided some program updates. Major discussion had to do about the reopening of the One Stop Center in Effingham. CMS, they were in the center on June 9th for a walkthrough. Each of the centers throughout the state, they're being looked at in regard to not only like safety, location, COVID cases, things like that, with security being high priority for them. The Effingham Center, we are at tier 2. That's meaning tier 1 offices will be opening first. So hopefully there will be some things learned during that process. You know, when we do finally get to open, we're hoping in the next month or so that we're going to hear a little bit more as far as when the reopening date is going to happen. We just really don't know at this point. The One Stop Operator contract with the board expired the end of the month, and an extension through next year is going before the board for approval. So that's all I have.
Thanks, Laurie. We'll move on to partner reports. We can start with Title I. Any partner reports or anything that Title I wants to share with the Consortium Committee?
As far as all the WIOA offices, except for the One Stop here in Effingham, all of our offices are open to the public now. We're still, you know, people can still go online and do the online application, you know, if they choose to do so, but the offices are open to traffic. We are recruiting across the board for adult dislocated worker and youth, not only for classroom training, youth work experience. We're looking for those out of school youth age 16 through 24. We're also looking for work sites, you know, throughout the 13 county areas. So, you know, recruitment efforts are big right now for us, but we are taking applications. This is ongoing, and we are having some meet with CFS representative days at area colleges. We're going to be at Cluthe on July 21st, Lakeland main campus on the 28th of July, OCC and Lincoln Trail. We've got tentative dates there for July 27th and July 20th, and we're still working with Kaskaskia to get those set up down there. So that's all our updates right now.
Thanks, Laurie. Title II update. I'll give Lakeland College update for Title II. We did just write for the RFP. This was our RFP year. We will find out soon what our budget is going to be. We submit a tentative budget for adult education when we submit the budget, or I'm sorry, when we submit the grant, we submit a tentative budget. Once the ICCB has made their decision and they let us know our dollar amount that we'll be receiving for the year, then we send in a more firm budget or more permanent budget that we will abide by during the FY22, which will start July 1st of 2021. Right now, the college, Lakeland College, is offering summer GED or adult education classes. We are also starting a digital literacy program that we are partnering with Eastern Illinois University to help students, community members, or anyone in the area that needs some help with digital literacy. That could be some very simple tasks like turning on computers, but it can also be a little bit more pointed. Some of our adult education instructors are going to be teaching those classes also. We will start our fall classes in August. We've got orientation set for the second week of August. And then we'll have in-person. We will have some remote options that we're really looking more at in-person. We know that's the best way to serve our adult education student, at least most of them. Sharmila, do you have anything to add for Title II?
No, we're in the same spot as you guys are. We've written for our proposal as well and kind of waiting on the edge, trying to figure out what we're going to have in terms of a budget for next year. We're also having.
Yeah, it is Wednesday. I said tomorrow. It is Wednesday.
So we're
sorry.
in the middle of our summer classes as well, and actually this week we are having registration for the second 8 weeks of summer, and then we're getting ready for the fall semester as well. Now, we've been in person pretty well from last summer, but we are going to continue to offer our online options as well, starting, in FY22. So that's kind of where we're at.
Sharmila, is there
Yeah.
anyone from Title III or Title IV that is on that would like to give an update from either one of those programs? How about Amy? Do you want to give any updates on Perkins or anything going on that you want to let the group know about?
Well, we have received word back on our application, and we've got some revisions to make for this new Perkins plan. And then we've also are applying for Perkins Reserve Fund, which is an additional grant funding through Perkins that we are graded on to see who qualifies for that. So we have that's all to be submitted this week. So we're kind of waiting to find out our final approval. Other than that, I'm trying to work with, part of our plan is to work with each campus on how to identify special populations. We find that we need some better processes across the district to identify those students and be able to provide resource information for them. We unfortunately haven't had any referrals because we haven't seen a lot of students. We don't even have any ourselves. So we're working on that process for this next fiscal year. And right now we're working on it, but also for our plan for the next fiscal year. So we hope to ring up these numbers and hope to be able to provide students the resources to each of you guys in the future. So I think that's it.
Thanks, Amy. Any questions for Amy on Perkins? I see Carol is on. Carol, do you have any updates from URBA? Anything going on that you want to share with the group?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Sometimes I am technically challenged, especially on a Monday. I do not have any updates really. All of our offices are open, serving customers, and I'm glad to hear about the different offices that are open and able to serve, because we do have some people that are looking for some WIA referrals. So I will definitely be reaching out to those in the upcoming months.
Thanks, Carol. Any questions for Carol? Betty or Sue, do you have any updates you'd like to give to the group?
This is Sue. I don't have any updates. Thank you.
Being none, we're going to go back to the review and approval of minutes. Do we have a quorum that we can do? No. So does that mean we hold the minutes until the next meeting and we approve June minutes and March minutes at the same time?
I just emailed Patty because she said she was gonna be here. And she didn't answer me, so I was just gonna ask her to get on real quick so we can do that, but let me give her a call real quick and see if she answers. And what is her, so she doesn't have to log in.
Even better. Nancy, I forgot you were at the office. Do you have any updates you'd like to share with the group?
I'm sorry, Laura. I have the wrong number.
No, not really. I'm just appreciate all of you and I just had a tour of the workforce center here at Lakeland and it is so impressive. Mattoon is, Consolidated Communications has a 5-story, well, they said 6 in the paper, but I used to work there, unless they're counting the basement too. It is our skyscraper in Mattoon. And apparently that is now going to be a workforce center for students in the area, not only Mattoon, but in the area, to come and learn various things from styling hair to ag sort of, well, I don't know about ag, but radio, okay, a variety of, oh yeah, culinary, there's gonna have to be a culinary floor and a lot of hands-on, guy sort of things that don't mean to sound gender biased, but things that mostly guys go into. And so I'm real excited about that because it'll be pulling students from not just Mattoon, but maybe as far as Marshall or Arcola or somewhere, and haven't heard all of the plans for that yet, but I'm on the education committee for the county, and we talked about that at the education meeting, and it just sounds exciting. So, and I think you guys are all kind of, well, Lakeland is working with that program, so I don't know how much you guys have been pulled into that or not, but so keep that in mind. If you have students out there that need a particular training, they can coordinate it with their school to get it.
Not to interrupt, but we just had someone join the meeting. The last 3 digits of the phone number is 149. 149, can you announce yourself, please?
Yes, this is Patty Metzger.
Hi, Patty. Welcome.
Hi.
Does that put us at quorum?
It does.
That puts us at quorum.
Perfect.
You didn't answer your phone, Patty. I was just calling you.
I'm sorry, I was trying to call out. Or dial into this, I mean.
Patty, we've already went through the agenda. We held the review and approval of the March 15th, 2021 minutes. So now that we have a quorum, we're going to go back to those minutes and approve those. So
Okay.
the minutes were sent out with the agenda. Please look over the minutes. If you have any questions, please let us know. If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
That's a motion from Patty. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion. This is Amy. This is
Amy, all right.
Amy. I said I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Amy. That's a second from Amy. All in favor, please signify by saying aye or raising your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Please by the same sign aye or raising your hand. Seeing no opposition, the motion passes. The minutes are approved. And we will jump down to number 5 now, old business or new business. Does anyone have any old business or new business they'd like to bring before the committee? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 6, public comment. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, our next meeting is September 20th. We were just on a youth committee meeting and Jamie did some of this because we are hoping that at some point we're going to be able to meet again in person. Jamie, do you want to talk a little bit about what that could look like in September?
Yes, we are very hopeful that we will be meeting in person in September. However, where that meeting will take place is still not solidly planned yet. So depending on where we actually end up meeting in person, we are hopeful to also offer a virtual access point as well. So it will be more of a hybrid model, depending on the technology available. So if we're able to meet at CEFS, as we have been in the past, we will probably not be able to fit everyone in there. But we will have the technology to do virtual access as well. If we have to meet somewhere else, we might not have the teleconferencing capabilities. So for now, I'm fairly confident we will at least have an in-person aspect to it, but please keep an eye on those monthly newsletters that go out, and that's where I will keep you guys updated. If you are not on the receiving the monthly newsletters, shoot me an email or go to the most recent email I sent you in my signature line. You can click on subscribe to the newsletter and you can subscribe from there.
Okay, so next meeting is September 20th, with the hope that we'll be seeing each other in person around a table or on a computer screen if need be. Any other questions or concerns before we adjourn?
I have a question for Tony regarding the MOU billing. Are we going to see the bill for the last quarter for the one-stop cost sharing? The last bill we got went through March. And the reason I'm asking is want to make sure if we're going to be able to get it in with this year's grant money or not.
I believe so. And the only bill you should be getting would be from DES. And so, yeah, I can check with Jill, but I'm sure they're going to send their bills out. Just don't know the timing of it. But I can give her a call to see what the plan is.
That'd be great because, yeah, anything after June 30th, it'd be kind of hard to tie it back to this grant year.
Right, right. Yeah, I'll give her a call as soon as we get off this meeting.
Thank you.
If there are no other questions, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Sharmila made the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll make a second.
A second from Amy. All in favor, either signify by saying aye or raising your hand.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Somebody's dog does not want us to adjourn this meeting, it sounds like. Just kidding.
Otis said no.
Meeting is adjourned at 11:28. Don't forget the full board meeting is at 12 o'clock. So we'll see you then.
And that is on a different meeting ID. So this one's done.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.